And with me right now is James Tung of the Third Mutual Board. And one thing that James likes to talk about, it's landscape and water conservation. That's what we're talking about today, right?
Right.
And you brought us along some slides and photos we'll show in just a moment. Overall, how's the community been doing over the last year?
I think it's doing good, doing better. As a certain mutual directors, each director always concentrated on their part of the committee's task force. So,
right.
Yeah. So that's where we're still doing. Yeah.
All right. Very good. So let's talk about landscape, and you want to talk about first off the long-term goal, right?
Yeah. Well, gradually takes a little while. Now, for our committee, we got to have a short-term plan, to actions. But we also need, as a committee group, begin to realize we got to have a long-term goal so that we can plan ahead. So that's why. And for the landscape side, we know we have a few of those poor slopes,
right,
that we need to take actions. But also we have, since the drought, water is still our main concern in California. And so we need, in the long term, we need to gradually changing our plants to more drought-resistant type.
Right.
Yeah, but our community is so huge.
So looking at the slope here,
yeah.
What are some of the things that you want to see differently on these slopes?
Well, for example, this is Gate 9. A couple of years ago, we did this at entrance of Gate 9. However, maybe because of a soil problem, there's a couple spots become barren like this.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do actually this year is a top priority. We're gonna do some soil analysis of why the plants couldn't survive.
Yeah.
So that's the more concern to us. What's wrong with the soil?
Right.
And then we got to do something about soil before we plant new things.
Yeah, and of course, one of the hardest things of a slope is keeping everything evenly irrigated and fertilized and everything else. Because slopes are notorious.
Most of our slopes aren't pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's just those a few spots. So we really feel that there's something wrong with the soil. Either couldn't, some disease or something wrong with it. Therefore, the plant, because everywhere else, look, they're the same kind of plant. Why don't they, the rest survived pretty good, but those are barren parts.
Yeah.
So we got to do that. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so that's the goal for coming up this year, is to improve the slopes.
Yeah, see, this year, at the entrance of Gate 9, everybody can see it. In a Gate 11, things we already started, and Gate 14, those are obvious. Right. People walk by, drive by, too obvious. So we got to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's move on to water conservation. And I know you always bring a couple slides along that they might be a little hard to see, but it gives some of the numbers, right?
Yeah. Well, the main thing is in actual the big slides. Well, people probably it's about what I want to point out is this January bill. That's the latest bill so far. We got for some reason we got a February bill late. We have not got yet. But the point is, the bottom two lines, one indicated the total high tier, which implies between irrigation and residential.
Right.
But then you can see the bottom two lines are identical, which means there's no irrigation high tier. And see, the rest of months, we have that the total is higher than the residential, which implies there were some irrigation high tier.
Okay.
Well, that is come from partially hot weather. We need to water more. Also come from a leak. The old irrigation pipes leaking.
Right, right.
Now, this bottom two lines indicate that our staff on the landscape fix all the irrigation pipes. That's one good news. And so only high tier is come from from a residential side.
Yeah.
That's the point of this slide. And so the next slides, and I want to show you, say, all right, since all the problems come from residential side, let's list the highest, the meters showing tier 3, tier 4. Now the very top one, we already fixed at the beginning of February. Yeah. So then the steps are working on the third and the fourth ones. And the bottom one, 5004, already been fixed. Yeah. So that's what I want to tell you, people, residents, that we're working very hard, because this water is so precious. We cannot afford to waste them by leaking them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on.
And I know that well, because that's what I did yesterday. I fixed something on my sprinkler line.
Oh, great. Thank you so
much.
Well,
I know it wasn't great doing that on Easter, but I went to water some things, and I thought, what is all this water pooling up? Yeah. And that's what I had to do too.
So, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I appreciate you coming on. Anything else you'd like to add for today?
No, I think that because I did ask the rest of the directors, is there anything you guys wanted me to say? Nobody replied. So, okay.
Okay.
I'll concentrate on my own area then.
All right. Good to see you, sir.
Well, good to be here.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yes, sir.